Welcome to another episode of Thailand Truth Talks. Thailand's 10-year visa. The shocking truth that will change everything for expats. What if I told you that Thailand just announced a 10-year visa that could either be your ticket to paradise or the most expensive trap you'll ever fall into? Meet Alex. He's a 31-year-old software developer from London who just heard about Thailand's new decade-long tourist visa. Right now, he's literally selling his flat, quitting his job, and booking a one-way flight to Bangkok. He's been dreaming of pad thai for breakfast and beach sunsets every single night. But here's what Alex doesn't know yet, and what the Thai government definitely doesn't want you to find out. By the end of this video, you'll discover whether this visa is actually the golden opportunity everyone thinks it is, or if it's the most elaborate scheme Thailand has ever pulled off on hopeful expats. Trust me, what I uncovered will completely blow your mind. For decades, Thailand sold itself as the ultimate expat paradise. Cheap street food, friendly locals, endless sunshine, and visas that were pretty easy to get. Over 100,000 Britons alone now call Thailand home. And when you add Americans, Australians, Germans, and everyone else, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of foreigners who bet their entire futures on the Thai dream. I get it. Just last month, I met a British couple who told me, "We heard about dollar massages and 50-cent meals. We thought, why wouldn't we try it? They're living the dream most of us can only imagine. Waking up in tropical paradise every single day." But lately, that dream has been cracking. Bangkok Bank started freezing foreign accounts without warning. New visa rules appeared overnight with zero notice. Organized scam rings began targeting newcomers left and right. Suddenly, Facebook expat groups filled with terrified posts. Do they even want us here anymore? Then came the bombshell. In May of 2025, Thailand announced not just a 10-year multiple entry tourist visa, but also talked about 99-year land leases for foreigners. The government called it a complete game changer for tourism. But here's the reality. Thailand already has a visa that lets you stay for 10 years. It's called the Elite Visa, and it costs 800,000 baht. That's roughly 23,000 US dollars. That program was basically designed for millionaires only. So when Thailand promises a new 10-year visa, the real question isn't whether it exists. The question is, who the hell will actually qualify for it? I decided to dig deeper, and what I found will absolutely shock you. First, I spoke to David Chen, an immigration lawyer in Bangkok who's been helping expats for 15 years. He didn't sugarcoat anything. Thailand has been crystal clear about their strategy. They want wealthy foreigners who spend big money and don't cause problems. These new visa proposals aren't about helping struggling digital nomads or retirees on tight budgets. Translation: if you want that visa, you better prove you're rich. Really, really rich. Early reports suggest you'll need proof of at least $100,000 in liquid assets. That's cash sitting in bank accounts or investments. plus comprehensive private health insurance that costs thousands per year, plus a completely spotless criminal record from your home country. But here's where it gets absolutely insane. Sources inside the Thai immigration department are whispering about additional requirements that haven't been publicly announced yet. We're talking about mandatory annual financial audits, quarterly health checkups at approved hospitals, and get this, proof of cultural integration through certified Thai language proficiency tests. One insider told me off the record, they want to make sure these visa holders aren't just hiding money in Thailand. They want proof you're actively contributing to Thai society. That means you might need to prove you're volunteering, employing Thai workers, or investing in local businesses. On expat forums, people are joking this visa might as well come with a Ferrari parking space. One veteran expat commented, "At this point, I'm expecting them to ask for a DNA sample of my firstborn child." The most shocking part, even if you meet all these requirements, there's apparently going to be a cap. Only 10,000 of these visas will be issued per year, globally. Think about that. There are over 180 countries in the world, and Thailand is planning to give out fewer visas than there are seats in a large stadium. But it gets worse, much worse. I also talked to Mark, a 45-year-old accountant who's been married to a Thai woman for 8 years. They have 2 kids who only speak Thai. Mark thought this new visa might finally give his family security. Instead, he realized it's completely out of reach. "I could never afford the elite visa, and this new one sounds just as expensive," he told me, staring at a stack of bills. "It feels like Thailand rolled out a red carpet, but only for millionaires. Us middle-class expats, we're apparently not welcome anymore." What really broke my heart was when Mark showed me his kids' drawings from school. They'd drawn their family in front of a Thai temple, with their Thai flag in the background. "This is the only home they know," he whispered. "How do I explain to a 6-year-old that we might have to leave because daddy doesn't have enough money in his bank account?" Remember Alex, frantically searching for application forms? When I called him back, the reality hit hard. "I called the Thai embassy in London," he said, sounding defeated. "They admitted they have 0 details yet. It's all just rumors and speculation." Think about that. Thailand made global headlines announcing this visa, but even their own embassies don't know what's going on. Here's what makes this even more bizarre. When I reach out to Thai embassies in 5 different countries, the US, Australia, Germany, Japan, and the UK, every single one gave me a different answer. The London embassy said applications would start in January 2026. The Washington embassy said mid-2025. The Sydney embassy claimed they'd never heard of any 10-year tourist visa at all. It's like Thailand announced this massive policy change without telling their own diplomatic staff. One embassy worker in Berlin told me privately, "We're getting hundreds of calls daily about this visa, and we have absolutely no information to give people. It's embarrassing." Meanwhile, actual expats living in Thailand are watching their world fall apart. Bangkok Bank froze dozens of foreign accounts overnight. Thai police arrested 13 expats behind a $50 million crypto scam. Back in the UK, thousands of British retirees discovered their pensions had been frozen by bureaucratic red tape. But here's a story that will make your blood boil. Sarah, a 29-year-old teacher from Canada, has been living in Bangkok for 3 years. She followed every rule, paid every tax, even learned to speak Thai fluently. Last month, she went to renew her work permit, a routine procedure she'd done twice before. The immigration officer looked at my documents and said, "We don't want foreign teacher anymore," Sarah told me, her voice shaking. Just like that. 3 years of building a life here, and they acted like I was some kind of criminal. They gave me 30 days to find a new job or leave the country. Sarah isn't alone. I found dozens of similar stories. Long-term residents suddenly told they're no longer welcome, with zero explanation or appeal process. Then there's Tom, a 34-year-old developer I met. 6 months ago, he signed up for Thailand's Destination Thailand visa, thinking it would simplify his life. Last month, his bank account got frozen. He had 150,000 baht in there, money for rent, food, everything. Bangkok Bank locked me out completely, Tom said, his hands shaking with frustration. They said I needed a work permit or retirement visa to unfreeze it, but I already have a long-term visa. The bank just said my DTV doesn't count. He spent 3 weeks with zero access to his own money. The most infuriating part? Tom had been banking with them for 2 years without any problems. They knew exactly who he was, had copies of all his documents, and had processed hundreds of his transactions. But suddenly, none of that mattered. Tom's story isn't unique. Expat group chats are exploding with horror stories. My condo lease got cancelled because I'm foreign. My visa agent took my money and vanished. Immigration told me the rules changed yesterday with no warning. These people thought they were doing everything right. Suddenly, they're trapped in bureaucratic quicksand with no way out and no one to help them. All these weird changes made me wonder, what's Thailand really up to? The answer is absolutely chilling. Thailand is performing what experts call economic filtering. They're basically saying, we want richer tourists and fewer budget long-term residents. Think about it like this. Who brings more money to a store? One customer buying a $20 item, or one customer dropping $200 on luxury goods? From Thailand's perspective, 10 wealthy visitors staying in 5-star hotels are worth way more than 1,000 backpackers sleeping in hostels. A professor from Chulalongkorn University puts it bluntly. Thailand wants high-spending tourists and investors. They want fewer budget travelers and part-time expats who contribute less to GDP. But here's the part that will absolutely blow your mind. I got my hands on an internal government document that outlines Thailand's real strategy for the next decade. This isn't public information. Someone leaked it to me because they were horrified by what it contains. The document reveals Thailand's plan to completely transform its expat population by 2035. They want to reduce the total number of long-term foreign residents by 40%, while increasing average spending per visitor by 300%. In plain English, they want way fewer foreigners, but they want each one to be incredibly wealthy. The document literally has a chart showing their ideal expat profile. Minimum net worth of $500,000, annual income over $100,000, advanced university degrees, and this is the scary part. Demonstrated loyalty to Thai cultural values and government policies. What does demonstrated loyalty mean? Nobody knows for sure, but immigration lawyers are terrified it could include things like social media monitoring, political opinion screening, or even loyalty tests. One section of the document that gave me chills talks about phase-out strategies for undesirable resident categories. They specifically mention budget digital nomads, pension-dependent retirees, and English teachers without advanced qualifications. In plain English, Thailand want millionaires, not missionaries, investors, not English teachers, medical tourists paying top dollars, not retirees on fixed pensions. But there's an even darker angle here. Control. In 2024, Thailand's biometric border system completely crashed. An estimated 17 million travelers slipped through immigration without proper checks. The political embarrassment was massive. The response? Build a digital surveillance fortress. Now expect iris scans at airports, facial recognition cameras everywhere, and mandatory background checks that go back decades. The new visa will plug directly into this surveillance network. According to that leaked document, every visa holder will be assigned a risk profile that gets updated in real time based on their activities. Visit certain websites, your risk score goes up. Spend time with people on government watch lists, risk score increase. Post critical comments about Thailand on social media. You might find your visa under review without warning. Thailand is creating a two-tier system. Premium treatment for wealthy expats that they want, and a digital prison for everyone else. One expat wrote online, "Rich expats get the red carpet. Everyone else gets treated like criminals." Another said, "Thailand promised us the land of smiles. Now it feels like the land of Big Brother. Every entry, every exit, every bank transfer you make will be monitored. Privacy will be completely dead for long-term visitors." 3 weeks after his initial excitement, Alex's mood had completely changed. "Even if I somehow had all the money they want," he said quietly over video chat, "with all these banking restrictions and surveillance, I might never be able to access my own savings." I read about Tom's frozen account, about those retirees losing their pensions. It feels like Thailand is setting traps for expats and acting surprised when people get caught. Mark's family is terrified. "My wife and kids have lived here their whole lives," he said, his voice breaking. "They only know this community. My daughter can imagine life in England. My wife's entire family is here. But I have no way to prove I'm wealthy enough for their new visa system." Then there's Robert, 68, from Yorkshire. He's been in Chiang Mai for 12 years. "I volunteer at the village school. I speak Thai. I bought a condo. I thought this was my home," he told me. But 2 years ago, UK law froze his pension at 2012 level. Now he survives on about £800 a month. "If Thailand suddenly tells me I need to prove I'm rich or leave, I'll be homeless," Robert whispered. "I never hurt anyone here. Now they're squeezing me out. I feel completely betrayed." But these aren't just sad stories. They're warning signs. One expat told me, "We used to joke about same but different. Now it's different and way more expensive." Forget the feel-good marketing. Here are 4 brutal facts they're hiding. Fact 1. The 10-year visa will cost as much as the elite visa. You'll need to prove around $100,000 in assets. This isn't about helping regular people. It's an exclusive millionaires club with a fancy new name. Fact 2. You still can't own land in Thailand. All this talk about 99-year leases is mostly for luxury resort developments. Regular foreigners still can't buy land in cities or villages where real people actually live. Fact 3. Banking problems won't disappear. Thai banks have tightened anti-money laundering rules for all foreign accounts. It doesn't matter what visa you have. They can freeze your money and demand mountains of paperwork anytime they want. Fact 4. Everything you do will be tracked. Biometric data, fingerprints, travel logs, spending records. Authorities will monitor where you go, who you meet, and every baht you spend. Privacy is officially dead. The official spin is, we welcome quality tourists who contribute to Thailand's development. The translation is, we want your money, but we don't want you living here cheaply. But then something unexpected happened. Not everyone hated Thailand's new direction. James Williams, who runs a Bangkok tech startup, told me, for too long, Thailand attracted people who wanted paradise on the cheap. That's not sustainable for anyone. He argued that if you plan to live somewhere long term, you should prove your commitment and contribute something meaningful. Carlos Martinez, who owns restaurants and employs 30 Thai workers, agreed. I jumped through every bureaucratic hoop for my business visa. It was expensive and stressful. But now I create jobs here. Thailand should want expats to invest and build, not people who just want to leech off the system. Hearing their perspective made me pause. They weren't denying the system is harsh. They were saying, maybe we've been expecting too much. Maybe some expats were living in a fantasy, thinking Thailand would give them special treatment forever. Their tough love message? If you want to call Thailand home, you need to give something back. Let's be brutally honest about something nobody wants to discuss. Thailand was never actually cheap. It only felt that way to us. Foreigners live like kings here because our dollars and pounds stretched further. The average Thai worker earns about $400 per month, while a typical Western expat spends $1,000 or more monthly on living expenses. We enjoyed lifestyles that most locals could only dream of. I met a Bangkok taxi driver named Niran who's driven tourists for years. He laughed and said, foreigners complain about visa costs, but they spend more on one dinner than I earn in 2 days. That hits hard. For years, we bragged about how cheap life was in Thailand. Meanwhile, locals worked 2 or 3 jobs just to pay rent. When foreigners consistently outspend locals, prices go up on everything. Real estate, restaurants, transportation. Maybe asking long-term visitors to pay more isn't greed. Maybe it's about economic fairness. The Thailand of the 1990s and 2000s, where Western cash bought you a royal lifestyle, is disappearing. The new Thailand is reminding us, you're a guest, not someone with automatic rights. After all this research, Alex faced a choice. Double down on his fantasy or adapt to reality. His decision might surprise you. Alex decided not to move to Thailand permanently, at least not yet. He'll still visit for a few months each year on regular tourist visas, but he's not settling his life in London. During those visits, he'll focus on building real connections, Thai language classes, volunteering at local schools, maybe starting a small business with Thai partners. If the visa eventually becomes realistic, he'll be ready, but he won't gamble his entire future on something so uncertain. Maybe the dream isn't living there forever, Alex told me. Maybe it's living there meaningfully every time I visit. That doesn't sound like giving up. It sounds like wisdom. Alex realized the best way to be welcome anywhere is to respect the place and its people. After hearing dozens of these stories, 3 massive lessons emerge. No plan lasts forever. Visa rules, taxes, and costs change constantly. Thailand has rewritten its visa policies dozens of times in recent years. If your strategy is, I'll just do what worked last year, you're setting yourself up for disaster. Always have backup plans. Integration beats documentation. The expats who survived these changes best were those who treated Thailand as home, not just a cheap vacation spot. They learned Thai, made local friends, invested in community projects. Those relationships were worth more than any visa stamp. Respect your hosts. Thailand isn't your home country with better weather. Thai people welcomed you into their nation. Courtesy and cultural sensitivity matter. The expats who thrived were quiet contributors, not loud complainers demanding special treatment. The foreigners succeeding now aren't necessarily the richest. They're the ones who become part of the community instead of expecting it to revolve around them. If you think this is uniquely Thai drama, think again. Malaysia launched expensive premium visas for wealthy individuals only. Singapore has long said absolutely not to casual nomads without proper work permits. Vietnam is rolling back digital nomad programs. Even Bali is raising entry fees and residency requirements. We're witnessing the end of the cheap paradise era worldwide. Dr. Kevin Park, who studies regional tourism policy, explains countries want sustainable, high-value visitors now, not digital nomads treating their nation like a co-working space with beaches. The era of globe-trotting on shoestring budgets is ending everywhere. Governments are asking, what do you bring besides your suitcase and your complaints about local prices? So after all this investigation, is Thailand's 10-year visa a dream or nightmare? The honest answer, it completely depends on who you are. If you're wealthy, have a clean record, and want to invest seriously in Thailand, this could be fantastic. Imagine having a visa secure for an entire decade, legally working and living in paradise. For people who fit that profile, Thailand just roll out the ultimate red carpet. If you're budget conscious, visa hopping, or expecting cheap paradise forever, prepare for a brutal reality check. It's like your favorite budget restaurant just tripled its prices overnight. What you loved is suddenly impossible to afford. Alex found his middle ground. As he put it, I might never live in Thailand permanently, and that's okay. Maybe real paradise isn't staying forever. It's being genuinely welcomed every time you visit. That mindset might not get him a 10-year visa, but it could keep him returning to a country he genuinely loves and respects. Before you start planning your Thai adventure, ask yourself one crucial question. Why do you really want to move abroad? Are you running towards something meaningful, like building a business, embracing a different culture, or pursuing a specific goal? Or are you just running away from problems back home? Thailand's new policies work perfectly for people who offer genuine value, not for those seeking an easy escape. The expats who thrive in this new era won't just be those with the deepest pockets. They'll be the ones who become part of Thailand's community, volunteering at temples, teaching skills to locals, building businesses that employ Thai workers. The old Thailand, where Western salaries bought royal lifestyles, is fading away. The new Thailand demands something more valuable than money, genuine commitment to its people and culture. And honestly, Maybe that's exactly what Thailand needed. Now I want to hear from you. Would you want to invest in a 10-year visa to Thailand? Do you qualify? More importantly, do you think countries should get to choose which foreigners they welcome? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Your answer will reveal more about your readiness for expat life than any visa application ever could. If this opened your eyes to what's really happening in Southeast Asia, smash the subscribe button for more unfiltered expat investigations. The age of cheap paradise is officially over. The question is, are you ready for what comes next?